Hello everybody, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator from Stampin' Up. I'm coming to you to bring you a live video for my Simply Saturday stamping, which means simply because my cards are simple. And it's Saturday, so it's a pre-recorded video because I never know what I'm going to be doing on Saturdays. And hopefully tomorrow it's going to be a nice day and we'll get out and do something because I got everything done today that I needed to get done, so I have a free day. So anyway, I just want to tell you we are into our last week of October coming up, and that means that the starter kit promotion will be ending on Thursday. So if you had any ideas that you would like to join Stampin' Up and you haven't, now's the time to think about it because you can get $155 worth of stuff for $99. And what's good about that, a lot of people want the new Stampin' Cut, and well, it's been around for a few years, but a new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and those run $130. So you could get that free plus another $25 worth of stuff if you join for $99, and there's no shipping on that, so you don't have to pay the shipping. It's just the sales tax to your state and the $99, so that's a great deal. Also, our kit collections will be going off sale, so if you have any kits that you really liked and wanted to buy, now would be the time to buy them. And let's see, I think that's about it, except for, you know, just general sales, anything that you're running out of. Remember, it's Christmas time. If you haven't made your Christmas cards and you want to get those done, remember to buy your cardstocks, your adhesives, and different things like that. Now's a great time to do that. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. So there's a link below in as far as YouTube that you can go to join. If you are on my Facebook group or my Facebook Live, I think most of you do know there's a shopping button there on my Facebook business page. That's what I was talking about. There's a link there that takes you automatically to my store, and you can join there. My Facebook group page or group, my Facebook group is Stamp Crazy VIP. You will find all the PDFs for your cards, which are just general directions with a picture of the card so that you'll be able to see it. My Facebook business page is Stamp Crazy by Rita Holmes, and that is, I start my videos there. I do share them, and that's on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock, and I do share them to my group, and I also make a video for YouTube. Now this Simply Saturday video goes out at 10:30 on my Facebook group, my Facebook page, and YouTube, so you'll be able to see it at any platform. So my cards are simple, so I'm going to get ready to show you my cards that I've made, and we'll get started. I cut enough to make 3 cards, so I might get them all done and let you see those. Now I will say, if you watch my videos, put a comment in the comment section, and you will get your name put into for a drawing for the card that I made. I will pick one of them. I'm making 3. I will pick one of them, and I'll give one of them away because I'm doing a November challenge, and I am challenged to make 1 card a day or send 1 card a day for the month of November. I want to try to do both, so we'll see how that goes. But as far as getting my cards ready to mail, I'm getting some extra cards ahead of time just so I can be able to do that. So without further ado, let's turn the camera down and let's make sure that I am even on this page, because I didn't do that yet. How crazy is that? I'm setting up my computer. I usually do that first thing, but you know, I have to wait till it comes on to be able to do anything. So it is on now, and we should be good. I can see myself. It's just, I don't really like to see myself, but you know, have to see myself to do these. When I turn the camera down, I am going to put the camera down a little bit so that you guys can be able to see. Okay, so let's turn it around. Let's just go down, see my junky stuff, and go down. See how far away. Well, you don't need to see this. You want to see the samples, don't you? So let's put that away. Get our samples out. And like I said, these are going to be very simple cards, and I have 3 different ones to show you. And what I'm showing you actually is how to use your scoring tool and make scored lines to kind of decorate your cards. So there's one. I use the same size card, the same size of the basic white, and the same size of the early espresso. So nothing changes on that. The only thing's changing is how I put these lines on there and stamping. So there's one. Here's another one that is done with just lines all the way around. And then here's another one with it done at the bottom. And on this one, I also did the bottom of the inside. So you can do all kinds of stuff with this. It's a fun card. So we are going to get started right now. So like I said, we're going to start off with card base. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So let's just fold that. And I'm going to go ahead and fold all of these and have them out of the way. Same size, but it's Cajun Craze is what I'm using. So let's fold that. And that was just a little tiny bit off. Don't know why. But it was. So let's just fold that. And then we have Old Olive. And that's the colors I used for my cards tonight. And now let's bring in, we're going to do all the scoring. We're going to bring in 3 pieces of the basic white. And I have cut these 3 pieces 5 by 3 3/4, what these are cut. So let's use these first, and let's bring in the score. Now I'm bringing in the scoring tool because you could do this on your paper trimmer, but you don't get lines as deep as what you get with this scoring tool. And we do sell the scoring tool, but right now it's on low inventory. So if there's something that you would like to have and you do not have it, you'll want to order it soon. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to score this one first. And I want these lines to be on the, when I turn this over, I want it to be on my left and the bottom here. So I am going to score from this side, and I'm going to score 1/2 inch lines. So I'm going to score at 4 1/2 and at 4. So that's at 4 1/2. I actually want to put in this little line here. And then, and that's going to be my 2 on the side. So now I'm going to bring it over, and I'm going to come here, and that's 3 3/4. So I'm going to score it at 3 1/4 and 2 3/4. Whoops. Going back to the big end. And the only reason why I'm doing that is because it stays in the groove better for me. Now let's see what that looks like. So that is that piece. So let's bring in another one. And like I said, they're all the same size. So this one right here, what I did is just came in 1/2 inch all the way around. So what I'm going to do is score this at 4 1/2, 3 1/4, 4 1/2, whoops, forgot this side, didn't I? Yep. And 3 1/4. I flipped it all the way around. There we go. So there we go. We have that one scored. See how easy all this is? And then I'm going to bring this one in, and it's just going to be across the bottom. And I did 1/4 inch lines here, and I did 3 of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it from this side to show that you can. I did at 1/4, 1/2, and 3/4. And there we go with that. So I have all of those scored. And I'm going to bring in a piece that's 3 1/4 by 4. Because I'm going to need 2 of those because that's what I put on the inside. And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to score this the same way I did that. Remember, I put that on the inside. So I'm just going to do that. Same measurements at 1/4, 1/2, and 3/4. And that's going to be my inside. I'm going to sit that far, far away. And then I think I'll do the other one. Remember, I did a 1/2 inch all the way around. And so this measure's different. So I'm going to go at 3 1/2. Four and 3/4. I had to think about that one for a minute. 3 1/2, and then 4 3/4 again. And that I'm going to put on the other one since I had the outside done on it. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to put this back away. We don't need it. And now we're going to do our stamping. Okay, so we have our first one. And that can be our second one. We'll do 1, 2, and 3. How's that? 1, 2, and 3. That's how our cards are going to go. So here's number 1 right here. And this is my host code. If anybody would like to order, if you would use my host code for online ordering, it's at ritaholmes.stampinup.net. And I will lay that, and I'll put that back out in a minute. So let's move all of our cards out of the way here. There's card 2, and here is card 3. So I don't know if you can see all those, but we have them here. So right now what we're going to do on this one is we're going to bring in, and I'm using all Caring Leaves. I've used this a couple of times on different cards, and I absolutely love this stamp set. It's probably my favorite for fall. I like the shapes of the leaves. I love the font for the sayings. And as you can see, I'm going to use all of them because there's none in here. I've already got them on, I already have them on my blocks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in an early espresso. And I'm going to lay that off to the side because I don't want to make a mess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink this up. And I always get it on the inside, and I got it on the outside. I pressed on it. Yay. I'm going to clean it. I'm just going to start that over again. That was called messy stamping. But what I usually do is just lay it there and let that ink soak up onto that. So I have a nice clean image. So I'm going to stamp that right there. I'm going to bring it here, and I'm going to stamp it to the center on here. And then on here, I'm going to just stamp it to the left. And I think I put that on the inside. Let's see what I did on this one. That's what I did on that one. I did that on both of those. So let's bring those in. We're going to go ahead and stamp the outline of this leaf. on all of our cards. Actually, that one goes with that one goes with that one. So I have them all stamped of that leaf. So this is real easy. It's very simple stamping. You know, you can make them one at a time. It's not going to hurt. So let's bring this in. And we're going to just put one on either side of here. So, and then we're going to put one on this side of this one. There we go. They look pretty just like that, don't they? Love these stamped images. Love them. Okay, let's bring in the yellow. And we'll do what stamps that are in yellow. And then here, I did the opposite stamp in that one. So I'm going to take this away for a minute. We still have to use it. But right now, we do not. So here is the solid stamp that goes in here. So I'm just going to ink that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line that up with the image that's stamped. Like so. Then I'm going to bring it over here and do this. Whoops. Nope, I'm not doing that one. That's the only one I had to do in yellow, I do believe. What's on the inside here? And that's green. Okay. Of that one. Okay, so we'll clean that one. Let's ink. Let's go ahead, since we got the yellow, we'll do the yellow leaf there. Stick my head in the camera probably. Sorry about that. I couldn't see. So we have that leaf. I could have brought it down to me, but I did not. So let's put this away. Then we're going to bring in the green. And we'll do this one. And I'm just barely inking it up, laying it on there and not really pressing so that I can get, I'm going to do this one first. That goes on the inside. Then I'm going to do this one. I'm bringing it down towards me so I don't get in the way of the camera. And now what I'm going to do is, I got to see, this one's in yellow, and I got to do that other leaf. And brown in my card, but I'm going to do that when I get there. Now we're going to take the green, and we're just going to ink it up, and we're going to do this stamp right here. And there we go with that one. There's the green. See how fast this is going, even with different colors? Now we're going to get out Cajun Craze. These are my three go-to colors with fall colors. I just love these three together for fall. You can use any color you want. You could do this with any kind of stamps. You know, you could do flowers. You could do all kinds of stuff with it. That's what's fun. So let's do this one. It's down here already. And those dry lighter, so I know they look funny right now. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my inside leaf real quick to this card. So we're going to bring this back in. And I got a little smudge right there, so I'm going to have to change that or fix that. So I'm going to bring this leaf in. to go on the inside of my card. So let's just stamp that. I love how nice these stamp too. I mean, they're real crisp and easy to stamp. They don't blur real bad. I'm going to move that over one more time because I don't want to accidentally ink up the wrong color leaf. And I just inked up the wrong leaf, but that's okay. It's a good thing we got cleaners over here. So I'm going to bring that in, and I'm just going to, there we go. We have all the leaves are inked. Now we're going to do our sayings. So, see that little smudge right there? It's a little smudge of ink. We can take what's called a glue erase or a sand eraser, and we can just sand over that. It kind of, you want to be careful. It'll lighten it, but you don't want to put a hole in your paper. And you can do that if you keep rubbing too hard. There we go. That lightened that a whole lot. To where you really can't tell that that was there. So what I'm going to do here is, if you notice, I've got, it says, some things never change. And we're going to do that in the early espresso. So I'm just inking that lightly. Going to line that up and stamp. And then I did that on this green one right here. So I'm going to bring that in and stamp that also on this one. And there we go with that one. And then on this one I did, and these stamp sets are in the same stamp set, Caring Leaves. So now I'm going to bring in this, and I don't think I did my leaves high enough. I might have to go all the way down here. That worked. Oh, yep, I stayed above the line, so that was a good thing. So now let's go ahead and on this one, it says, "You're simply the best." That goes with that, and this goes in here, and I put "Have a blessed day." And that came out of a stamp set called Unbounded Love, which is great, great sayings. So, but you can use any sayings you have. It doesn't have to be the same ones I used. But I'm not doing birthday cards because I want these cards to send through the month of November. So that one goes with that one. This goes there. Now let's do, this says "Some things never change," and "You're simply the best." So we're going to put "You're simply the best" on this one. So let's just do that. Isn't that font pretty? I really like it. So all the stamping's done. Let's glue everything together real quick and have it done. Here's our 2 card bases. One is on the card, so that one goes with that one. That's with that. Oh, wait a minute. That goes with that. That goes with that. That's the front, and that's the inside. Goodness, I got confused. So now let's get some. We need 3 pieces of early espresso. Should be 3 here. And they're all cut 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 so that they just fit on there. So I've had my glue gun opened a while, so let's see if he's going to produce glue tonight. Yeah. And you don't need tons of glue, remember that. You just want to add some throughout the back and glue that on. The less glue you are, the less you are to make a mess. So there's that. And we're just going to take and add this to this card. We'll put the embellishments on at the end. So what we did was basically did some did like all of our stamping and everything. I got everything cut and did all the stamping, and that it makes things go a lot faster. So here we go with this one. We're going to put this on brown. I keep saying this is going to run out of glue, but it hasn't run out of glue yet. Hasn't run out of glue yet, so we just want to put that on. And remember, we're going to have about 1/8 of an inch around, all the way around, and we hope to. Sometimes it doesn't get on exactly the right way, but that's okay. It's a handmade card. My name's not Hallmark, so I can't expect to make a card so repetitive like Hallmark. So there's 2. And we'll go ahead and glue the inside of this one on. So see how versatile this has been to just take and score some lines and make a very clean cut card. And gives a little wow factor with that also. So let's get this one out. We'll glue this too. And you can decorate differently than I did. You can score different lines on here if you want to. I mean, there is so much you could do. I could sit and score different patterns for a long time, but I just wanted to show you some simple things to do with it. Sometimes we forget about that simple stuff, and sometimes it's just nice to come back to it. Okay, let's put the center one in here. If I, you know what I just did? Did I do that? Yeah, I glued it on upside down. Let's get it off real quick. Whoa. Try that again. Woo. That was almost a dangerous thing, wasn't it? Who's done that before? Glue the card on upside down. I've done it many times. I've done it backwards, upside down, all kinds of stuff. Put the wrong one on the front. You name it, I've done it. That's okay, though. We fixed that one really quick. So there we go. We got all of these made. Now, I used the same jewels on all of them, same embellishments. And they're called iridescent foil gems. They just have a little bit of color in them, and that's all I wanted for the cards. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to put these on here just like I had on the other one, because I don't think I am. I'm just going to show something a little different. And sometimes I can pick these big ones up with this, and sometimes I can't. It's just crazy. But I'm just going to, instead of putting it in the I think I had this in the 4 corners maybe. I'm just doing it a little bit different. Because I want to. There we go. So there's that one and that one. Just different way of putting the little jewels on it. And then this one, I kind of like these big jewels on these, so that's what I've been using. I have a cat hair on here, I think. Crazy cat. There. And let's go maybe here. So there's that one and that one. And then this one. Let's go here. Sometimes I just never use the big jewels, and I thought, you know, this is what I really want to do on here is get rid of some of these big ones where I can. No, let's do it. I don't know where I want it. I think I want it right there. And there we go with that one. So, there are our cards made. How about that? It really didn't take us a whole long time to do it. I don't know what the time is on it. I can't see the thing to tell. But anyway, it hasn't been a very long time. But here's our cards. The top one is the one I already was my sample, and the bottom one is what we made tonight. So there they go. That is 3 cards we just did with 3 different lines. There's one. Very clean cut cards. Easy, simple. There's 2. We have the 1/4 inch lines going down and across. We have that's 1/2 inch lines. The 1/4 inch lines are going just straight across the bottom. And then we have 1/2 inch lines of just 1 each going all the way around. So that felt funny, but it's glue on my finger and I thought it was on the card. But anyway, that is our cards, ladies and gentlemen, if there's anyone here. I hope you enjoyed our Simply Saturday. The cards are simple, and that's what we want to do. And I think I'm kind of like getting into this. This is actually, look at my thing, my camera's sitting crooked. This is actually our 4th week already in doing this, so time flies. I'll see you next Saturday with another Simply Saturday, and I hope until then that you have a great week. Remember that I'm on Tuesdays on Facebook at 10 o'clock in the morning. YouTube is usually when I get to it. I'm trying to be more consistent with that one and trying to set up a time to get that on there. I'm not using a streaming platform right now, so that's the trouble with that, is I can't do all 3 of those at the same time. But anyway, everybody have a blessed week, and we will see you again next Saturday. Bye.